Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft PowerPoint. In this module, I want to quickly show you some of the more common key commands that are used in PowerPoint and how to use action buttons and some of the features that you have available to you in full screen. So first of all, some very simple, useful key commands. The first one is going to be the F5 function key. When you press the F5 function key, that puts your PowerPoint presentation into presentation mode. So I'm now in full screen presentation mode. Now, while it is in full screen, there are a series of key commands that you should really know, which are quite helpful. The first one is the letter B, which will black the screen and pause the presentation if you've got it on a loop. If I press B again, it will come back. That's useful if you're doing some sort of exhibition stand where somebody asks you a question and you want to pause and black the screen so it's not distracting anybody. Also, if you're using a projector and you're in a training session, you shouldn't walk across the front of the projector. If you need to address an issue with a student, you can just press B, black the screen, you will not be silhouetted, and then you can carry on. Another one is W, which does exactly the same, except it whitens the screen. W again brings it back. The letter G will show you all your slides, like slide sorter view. The letter G again brings it all back, so that's quite a good one. Now, a very useful one, a fairly new feature, is the letter J. What the letter J does, it allows you to put subtitles on your presentation as you are talking. And if I press J again, it will disappear. So those are the key commands. Now, if I right mouse click, you have all those features and more on the right click. So there's the black screen, white screen, pointer options. If you want the pen, you can scribble or draw something or underline something, and you can change the pen to different things, colors. You can rub it out, you can put it back to automatic, and or you can just leave it as it is. There's your subtitle settings. You can put those as it is at the moment below the slide or above the slide, and then you've got help and end show. Now also on the front screen, in the bottom left hand corner, you have got what are called action buttons. Go to the previous slide, next slide, and then you have this feature, which is exactly the same as what you had on the right mouse, which is your pen options. I'm not going to click on it again. Next to that, you have the slide view, which is the same as pressing the letter G, and I'm going to press the letter G to bring that back. Then you have zoom, which allows you to move your mouse over the PowerPoint slide and zoom in. Then I'm going to press escape to come back out. And then down the bottom there, if I click the next one along, we're back to subtitles across the bottom. Pressing J to get rid of that. And then back down to the bottom left-hand corner, we've just got some more options, which is similar to the right mouse click. So all of these features are available on the screen. But in my view, I don't want to be showing a list like that to my audience, or even the right mouse click is almost the same. So using the key commands, in my mind, is an easier way, a more professional way to present. Now, to add your own hyperlinks or your own action buttons, you need to do that in normal view. So I'm going to press escape. I don't want to keep those scribbles, so discard. Now, to do the action buttons, and remember, you don't want to be duplicating what's already there, you need to go to the Insert tab, Shapes, and then they are down at the very bottom, a series of buttons there, look. So that one there, for example, if I draw that one, that's going to give me a hyperlink to the last slide. So I could put that on every slide, but I'll just leave it there. But in this box, you can have it set to none. You can have it on mouse over, next slide. You can run a program, run a macro, play a sound. Whatever it says there, you can do, and attach it to these buttons. So I'm just going to leave that on that option there. if I drop the list down, you can see the other options that are in there. So you can use these buttons to go to a web page or another PowerPoint or another file. Custom shows if you've done that. Clicking OK for what it's on at the minute, last slide, and that's set. Now that does not work in this particular view. You have to be in full screen, and then that should go to the last slide, which it does. Now if I press escape and go back onto the first slide, you can also attach a link to any shape, text or button by using it, the link option, and doing it yourself. And that works like this. If I get myself a shape, just get a rectangle shape. Now if I right click on this shape, just right click, I've got the link option in the middle there, link. This box comes up and it gives me the option to link, for example, to that slide 4 again, which I will do. But it also gives me the option to link to a document or a web address. But I'll leave it on placing this document just to show you. Okay, put that into full screen, click, same thing, press escape. Now what I tend to do is I don't have any of those sort of buttons like that. I have them as a hotspot in the top left hand corner, and I do that in the slide master view. So view, slide master, and I've already got one in this one, but I'll do it again. So if I go into this top left hand corner, there is already a rectangle there that's been coloured out, and I'll just redo that so you can see how it works. So again, I'm doing a rectangle shape, just put it into the top corner, right clicking on that, link to the last slide. Now last slide would normally be an index slide. I haven't got an index slide on this particular example, but that would be the index slide. And because I've added this on the Slide Master master slide, that is going on every slide underneath that, every different type of slide in this set. You can see the little blue button there. So no matter which type of slide I add to this presentation, I'll always have this button in the top left hand corner. So clicking OK to that. And now I need to just get rid of the fill color. No fill. Get rid of the border outline. No outline. So I can't see it. Now if I close the slide master, put this into full screen, I don't have these buttons now on the screen. I don't need these, because if I need to go to the end, as I move my mouse into the top corner, you can see it change to a hand. When I click that, it will go to the last slide. And if I backspace to a previous slide, that is on every slide. So I'm backspacing through the presentation, and you can see they've all got that link, every slide. And again, if I press escape, that will bring me back down, so I can get rid of these two. Now I don't need this or that, because I've got it set up in the slide master, and I can't actually get to it on this slide at all because it's in the background in the slide master. So that's just a quick overview of some of the most common or more common key commands that you should be aware of, which will make your life easier, and also how to add links yourself if you don't want to use the preset ones, because I find them quite hard to see in this version of PowerPoint. They are almost translucent down the bottom there, so it's quite often you can forget. And really, going forward and going back, pressing enter goes forward, backspace goes back. So that is the key command to use to move through your PowerPoint, rather than going down there with your mouse, highlighting all these and letting everybody see what you're doing. Same issue with the right mouse click. Don't let everybody see. I don't like looking at that. I don't want everybody to see that. If somebody asks me a question at the back of the after the presentation is complete, I'm going G, there's my slideshow, and then I can navigate to whichever slide I need to get to quickly. That's the way to use PowerPoint, rather than going down here all the time. I suppose the zoom feature is quite useful, like so, but that's the only time that I would probably go down there. I hope you've enjoyed this little session on key commands and quick ways of doing stuff and hyperlinks in PowerPoint. I'll see you on the next one, and thank you for your time.